Welcome to the Payments Race, where 5 intrepid explorers are traveling from country to country in any way they can. Each racer is only allowed to use a single form of payment for the duration of the race. Who will make it there first? Find out in the Payments Race.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, which means it's finish line day, and I'm heading back to Singapore. I'm just gonna pack my stuff. My credit card. Oh, I forgot that. Let's go. Good morning. Okay, so I am at the airport in KL, waiting for my flight to head back to Singapore. Boarding for my flight is not till another half an hour, so I'm at Starbucks again. I feel like I'm doing the Starbucks tour of Southeast Asia. Malaysia has been good. It's been interesting. A lot of places don't take credit card that I found. In terms of using credit card, it hasn't been too bad. I've kind of realized that throughout my travels that it's not impossible to travel just with credit card, but it is a bit more difficult, and it is also a bit more expensive because I can't rely on things like public transport and I can't rely on things like taxis. So pretty much private car is my best friend. Having said that, obviously private cars are a lot more expensive. Overall though, I think it's been a good challenge. I definitely think it was one of the easier payment methods to use throughout the trip, as long as I stick to the international places, so touristy kind of places. I seem to have no problems, and if I stick to international chains like Starbucks, then it's all good. I am dressed in my activewear. My plan is get to the airport, take a taxi straight to Marina Bay Sands. I've got an interview with a C-level exec at Marina Bay Sands. I'm going to do that at 11, and if I have a bit of time, I might walk around the conference and try and get more video endorsements for Team Card, but I hope to be waiting by the finish line when it opens and cross over. I'm pretty sure there will be competition and people will already be at the finish line, so hopefully, because I'm ready to run and I've ditched my bag, I'll be the first to cross. In preparation for my big sprint, I'm just going to double knot my shoelaces because one of the biggest, most annoying things that keep happening to me on this trip is my shoelaces keep coming undone. So I'm about to double knot them so that I can actually sprint and not trip over myself. Just got off the plane, delayed by 15 minutes, which means I'm running late. I have a meeting at 11 with a C-level for my C-level challenge, and I'm cutting it tight. Just arrived at Marina Bay Sands, paying my credit card. Let's go! Made it!
Okay, great.
So I'm here with Altono Wijaya, who is the CIO at OCBC, and I have some questions for you.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, because we're meant to do an interview.
Any help with that?
All good.
Okay.
So, when was the last time you used credit card?
It was yesterday to buy coffee.
Yesterday? Okay. And what is your favorite OCBC card? And
OCBC Voyage card.
Voyage?
Yeah. They have unlimited expiry date for the miles, right? And it's one-to-one exchange with KrisFi.
Awesome. Okay.
Travel junkie,
That's
right?
good. Yes, especially for this race. That would be
definitely.
useful. So, what do you think is going to be the future for credit cards in the next 2 years, or what's your vision for it?
Yeah, so I think credit cards as a payment mechanism today is widespread use, basically, right? I mean, billions of people, I'm sure, over the globe using it. But I think it will evolve a little bit, right? As you can see, a lot of containers and wrappers like Apple Pay and all that continue to exist, and digital payment will definitely pick up. So it might be a virtual version of your credit card in the future, right? Whereby you don't need the physical card. But I think that's definitely still a payment mode that everybody is comfortable with.
Yeah.
I guess for us to change in the next 3 to 5 years from a legacy, right? It's gonna be very difficult. Yeah.
Okay.
So it will still exist.
And so, final thing, who do you think is going to win the race?
You, of course.
Yes,
Go
of
Team
course.
Card.
Team Card.
Yes.
Thank you so much for
You're
your
welcome.
time.
No problem.
Awesome. There's been an update to Challenge 3. So instead of the most amount of views on your vlogs, because of limited internet connectivity, they couldn't get everyone's vlogs out, which means that the new challenge for Challenge 3 is there's a bowl of badges with each of our payment methods on it, and whoever can get most badges out to people gets the points for this challenge. So I've called on my mentors, Fern and Arvin, to do that, and Fern went and took the whole bowl and is like out, like doing that, and meanwhile Arvin's like rallying people to get more video endorsements. So super proud of my mentors. So basically, to finish the race we need to pick up our passes, but the only way to pick it up is we need to go to some location to be announced. So I've been waiting ages with the meter running in this taxi, waiting for the location. Ali has just sent through a video, so let's watch.
Guys, your final challenge, last minute change of plan. The final challenge is cross the finish line, but you need your badges. And your badges come with a little gift, which reveals where the finish line actually is.
I know where this is. It's the flyer. It's the flyer. So,
Location and sync.
we're heading there now. Oh, there you go. Okay, I'm at the flyer, and I just bumped into Ali. I'm here for Money 2020. Team card, yes. Amra. Yes, I have my pass. Thank you so much. I have picked up my badge and hilariously bumped into...
I was waiting for my Uber with the finish line to get me to the finish line, but you knew where it was.
He didn't make it in time, so basically got into my cab and we're walking to the finish line together, which is hilarious. How do you feel?
I feel a bit annoyed there because I was like, this is going to be great, I'm going to get there and be all ready, all prepped, everything all organised. But then as soon as that video posted out, you just appeared. I should have held back from posting it.
Yeah, should have. I was literally waiting in that cab for ages with the meter running, just waiting where to go, because it's really difficult to get cabs in Singapore that take credit cards. Most of them prefer to take cash or nets. So, yes. Anyway, following Ali now to the finish line. I am ready, yes! Finish. There's the finish line. Had a really good time. It was a challenge, that's for sure. Definitely had to think outside of the box and just be constantly willing to adapt and change to things. So I think that was the biggest thing. I also learned that my asks need to be very specific. Overall, I've had a really great time traveling with credit card. I think I definitely had it a lot easier than some of the other payment methods, in that credit card is pretty much accepted everywhere, and where it's not accepted, there are other ways to get around it. Massive shout out to my mentors, Kunal, Fern and Arvin, because they were like a huge support network for me, constantly available to chat, today at the conference they were going around getting video endorsements, and Fern took the whole bowl of badges to give them out so I could get those points too. They've been amazing. I also want to do a shout out to the to Social Giver, who are the social enterprise that I stayed with in Bangkok, and also to My Kasi, which is the non-profit in KL, and being able to make that donation. I want to do a shout out to Enrich, which are a non-profit based in Hong Kong, working with foreign domestic workers to help them with financial literacy and entrepreneurship skills. I also wanted to do a shout out to Phuket Has Been Good to Us. They're a non-profit based in Phuket. They work on education and was set up after the tsunami. And I haven't been able to find anyone to support here in Singapore, but I wanted to do a shout out to IDA because I really like what they do. They do a lot of financial literacy and entrepreneurship training for foreign domestic workers here in Singapore. So if I'm allowed to, those are the 3 organizations that the rest of the money will be going towards. And on that note, I want to do a huge shout out to OCBC for sponsoring my travel, as well as Baofu Technologies and Money 2020. Because OCBC sponsored my travel, the budget that was sponsored from these guys has gone to support social good, and that's how I've been able to reach out to so many social enterprises and non-profits throughout my travels. So thank you, Baofu, Money 2020, Fintech Finance, and OCBC.